Okay, we back with part 3 of the part 2 of What About Your Friends? And we're going to get into shade because we know sometimes our friendships get a little shady. And how do you deal with shade? Like, where does the shade come from? You know, sometimes with females, it kind of get on with your relationships. You know, maybe your friend's still single now. You done got you a man. It may come with money. You done leveled up. Maybe she's still behind. And how you deal with that shade? How you deal with those like smart remarks, or how do guys deal with shade? Because girls, we can go shade for shade. It'll be a whole shady.
I just pretend like, you know, like honestly, I just pretend like I don't see it, right?
That's even shady.
But I know it's there. I know it's there, but you know what you did. You know what you said. Everybody adults right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so once you know what you did and know what you said, I don't have to address the elephant in the room. You knew you was being shady, so I'm never going to address it on a text message. Let me tell you that. Right?
You know what I realized? Go ahead, finish your thing.
No, you can realize.
You know what I realized though, with growth, right? We grew up in a culture where we say the darndest things to get a laugh out you, right? The things that penetrate you the most. This is normal. This is how this is what we do normal, right? So that shade is coming from a place of this is what I'm used to doing anyway. So I may not be really attacking you.
No.
But I'm just throwing that out there as a key.
I don't agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't agree with that because okay, I use this as an example. I don't know if y'all think it's gonna correlate, but I use this as an example, right? When you go, you respect your parents, right? At a young age, you respect your parents. You could be at school cussing all day, right? When you come in that house, you know you still can't say those cuss words.
No, that's a fact.
Right? You know, because you got respect for your parents, right? So when you have friends, when you are engaging in conversations, you know it's certain things that you shouldn't say to your friend. You know that in your mind.
But
because you know that's a touchy subject.
Once again, maturity levels are uneven. Like
But
everybody don't grow. If you said that, we still on everybody don't grow.
That's a fact. But if you're mature enough to stop that conversation at the front door of your house, that means you're mature enough to stop it with the friends.
But I mean, do you not want to know where it's coming from? Because I personally,
I don't care.
I'm like, oh, that was shady. What's on your mind, friend?
Absolutely.
And let's just open up the floor to talk about it.
Absolutely. It don't get addressed enough.
It
don't get addressed enough, and then that small,
it turns into something big.
So what
but it was already something big before you said it to me.
So what you could like just sitting really here. I just got a message from my friend. We both been living like she said. I ain't heard from you, and I'm kind of in my feelings about it. Just sitting here recording.
No,
like
that's respectable, but she ain't saying nothing disrespectful.
Okay.
I'm talking about when the shade comes. She didn't say anything shady. She said I haven't heard from you.
Yeah, like that thing I said earlier. You think you bigger than us. You think you better than us. You bougie now.
Like, you niggas got money game change now.
Yeah, or
like,
got money game.
That's shade at that point.
Or the favorite one.
What do you mean money game change?
Or the favorite one, when they attach little ones in front of something.
Yeah, little. When little gets in front of whatever you got. I see you got your little G-Wagon.
I see you got your little chain on today.
Yeah, like man, I realize that it's shade, right? Now, I have friends that tell me sometimes I'm perceiving shade when shade ain't there. And I'm telling them, nah, my nigga.
So you sensitive?
Not. Am I sensitive? I don't think that I am.
I think we all get a little sensitive as we get older.
Yeah, because you got to talk to me nice.
No.
If it rattle my chest a little bit,
No, but let me tell you
get a little bit more and more sensitive as we get older.
I don't think that I'm sensitive. I think that I'm more aware. I think that when I was younger, I was more sensitive and less aware. You know what I'm saying?
You feel more now though, or that feeling just goes in a different on a different scale, so negatively and positively. And
I think it depends on who it comes from. Yeah. Because one person can say something to me and I'm like, girl, bye. But then somebody else, I'm like, well, hold on now.
It might sting a little bit.
Yeah.
But your friends, if they're really your friend, they know where to touch at.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know, see, that's the thing, man. You can control what you say, but you cannot control the response that the other person gives.
You can't control how what you said make me feel, and that's what
Exactly. You have
people
no
want to
control of
do.
that.
People don't understand that particular thing right there.
Like you can't, and you got to be prepared when you about to like say some fly shit out your mouth. You got to be ready for however I'm gonna come with you. If I'm gonna come on my bag, if I'm gonna keep it cool, you got to be prepared for that. You can't shut down and be like, oh, I just wanted to say it, and you just eat it up and swallow it.
No,
I mean,
but that's
sometimes
the
you
thing.
can, but sometimes
Well,
you gotta. And it's not an argument.
Well,
you didn't touch the nerve. You got my chest beating fast.
Well, from what I know about from what I know about cancers, they want to say what they
Yeah.
they want to say what they want to say, and then cut the conversation.
All the time.
Every cancer that I've ever known is that way.
Everything that affect them, and nothing can be affected by the other person.
Yep. So it's like they are concerned about feelings, their feelings. They are concerned about the relationship, their perspective of the relationship. They are concerned about, but I find this in most women. You know, like in most women
Those two.
that, no, I'm about to tell you about dudes too. I'm about to tell you about dudes, right? I feel like most women operate like that. And I feel like most men, they operate in a field of pretending that they don't care, but they do care. And you see that they do care once their lady leaves them, and now they want to fight every last dude that the lady talks to after that. But when you were available for that man or that woman, either one, you didn't do what it took. You didn't do what it takes to hold on to him. Like, so that the world that we live in is really messed up in my opinion. But when we are interacting with people, and that's one of the reasons for the podcast, is to talk about relationships and the perception of relationships. We gotta put our best foot forward and just not always give up on something.
And the main thing is to identify it and work through it. Like, you know, you have to, in any relationship, man, woman, kids, family, you have to identify it and want to work through it.
But that's why I asked you earlier about when your friend does something, do you point it out?
Probably not right then and there. That it all depends on, you know, what the thing is.
Right.
And I know a lot of times I'm more there for support than accountability.
So
And
okay,
maybe that's my way of, you know, dealing with it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
if Rob grown ass, boom, we at the day party, we live, somebody nigga got out of line and Rob just slide this nigga and everybody's brawling. Do you be like, we get out to the car and y'all bend, not saying y'all got bandage yourself up.
The support.
First of all,
You be like, Rob,
first
you
one,
got-
gang ain't gonna bandage nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, we can talk about that immediately. The gang ain't putting on no goddamn bandages. We sliding. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I don't want to seem too aggressive, man, but it's just certain stuff that we not doing, and we riding. You know what I'm saying? We riding the way that we ride, whether it's good or bad, and that's why I got so much love for my partner. So, hold on, let me pause right there. I'm talking about from Dre to Broadway Dre to Charles to O to Coop to Ty to Tank to Jason Cove to Trav to hold on, because there's more of us.
This is bunch. Champ.
To Champ to man, it would literally take me all day to really start naming everybody. You know what I'm saying? To the ones that passed away, to the ones that we don't be with every day no more. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, if I had love for you before, I probably got love for you today, whether I interact with you all the time or not. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And those relationships, whether they're important to me today, they were important to me at one time. You know what I'm saying? So if a person is important to me, then I operate like that. Most people, they just like to say how a person is important. you know, or say what they would do. Like, oh, that's my motherfucker. If they do this, then I'm gonna do it. No, man, I deal in real life. Like
it's an action word. You gotta show. You can't.
I don't care whether you're the person who knows how to fix tires, right? If I'm out here stuck on the side of the highway and you my dog, bitch, come get me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're the person that knows how to stop a leak. If I'm on the phone with you and my shit leaking everywhere and you know that it's flooding my house, bitch, come see what's up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or shoot me a text back like, yo, like what's going on? I found this on the internet, man. You might want to try to do this or whatever the case may be. Like, I need real friends at the age that I am now. I don't need no fake friends. I don't need people to just be talking and they not really who they say they are when it comes to me. I don't need that. Like, and we all go through shit. In some relationships, we do attempt to repair. And then there's some that you just realize ain't good.
I'm good on them. Yeah, I'm good on them.
You know what I'm saying? And you won't know which one it is until you stop being so arrogant.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, some things, like you said, you at an age to where, for one, we deal with more takers than givers. You know what I'm saying? In this world.
Yeah. You said Nick was a taker. Do you remember that?
You did.
I do remember that. You a taker, Nick.
Yeah. Well, Nick ain't bring us no damn drink today.
Yeah. That's when I said you was a taker.
I would like to publicly say that.
That's when I said you was a taker. But but definitely it's a lot of takers in this world. So, you know, when you're dealing with your friends and or your family, you know.
Do you want to be friends with them at that point, though? You know, like, yeah.
People are just so used to operating how they operate. And it's your obligation as a friend or the person you are.
Is what, Trav?
Your obligation. It's all of our obligation to say or direct or to tell
That's
the
why
person.
I asked you. That's why I asked that question.
No, absolutely. It's an obligation.
That's how I feel.
Because when it go wrong, it's both parties' fault.
Exactly. You watched this happen. You knew it was coming.
It's both parties' fault. If you wanted to repair, it's both parties' fault to get it.
If you're watching a friend, male or female, become reckless in a relationship, right?
In anything.
You don't say nothing?
In anything.
No, I know. No, but I got to start with the relationship. You know, like if I watch them become reckless at their job, I say something there too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about in relationships because I think that people... Okay, so I think that women think that guys don't hold their friends accountable, and I think that guys think that women don't hold their friends accountable, right? Because if you talk to a lady, she'll tell you about how her significant other friends is hoes.
Now,
if you talk to a male, you'll hear how he thinks that his significant other friends is hoes.
That's true.
And nobody holds either one accountable in the other person's eyes. Whether they do or whether they don't, I'm just saying that's the thought that they have, like nobody's holding them accountable.
I just heard everybody was hoes.
Because they are.
And I don't believe that.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that.
Like they are. And I was like,
well, we both know guys that are hoes, and we both know women that are hoes.
I feel like your hand was a little bit too far over this way.
Yo, my man.
God damn it.
So how do we correct the shade? Let's get back to that because this is very important. We have to really dial in on the shade because once you get that crack in the relationship, the floodgates go open, or you can repair that crack and keep moving on.
I mean, I feel like you got to check it because once you just keep letting somebody do something to you or feel like they can constantly say some little sly stuff, they always going to do it. It's like, well, what's on your mind? Like, you keep...
I feel like you would be too sensitive though at that point because you can perceive anything that a person says that ain't what you align with to be shade at that point.
But it's all on how you address the conversation. It's all in your approach.
You just said something about me having money or having to change 3 times. You mad?
It's just, yo, this is on my chest. This is how I've been feeling. Mm-hmm. If it's not nothing, then it's not nothing. I just, for peace of mind, for some sanity.
No, but it might not be
you
nothing,
as a friend.
It might not be nothing at the time. But now since you said that to me, that means that it's something. Like that's the perception.
So now everybody tough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's how people move.
But
it wasn't nothing then. But now it is.
But it been something.
Yeah,
it always been.
Or maybe it go different. Like,
and now it's your opportunity to tell me that it's really something.
But if you know, like I know, a lot of them people, they're not gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't like conflict, man. You know, like, I was kind of brought up in it. But the majority of people, they not as upfront to say, I got an issue.
No, I think I take the L on a whole lot of situations, and it's not that I don't like conflict. I just
conflict.
I just don't think that it's worth my energy,
Yeah.
or
I can
that
agree
the
with that.
relationships means more to me. I value them more for me to show my side of the story or tell my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna just damage this.
Over this one thing.
Over this one thing. I'm gonna let you have it.
Right.
Because it's don't affect me enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all most of my relationships, that's how I handle it. Like, I take L's. Not that them L's be significant, but I just allow people to do them. I allow people to be
yeah.
And without me not even telling them they got it.
Nick ain't taking no damn L's.
Without me telling them they have it. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't made it there yet, Nick?
I'm kind of really in between there, and I just went through that with a friend. It was a situation where she discussed the situation with us with a whole bunch of people, and I felt like I had to go and tell my side. And it's like, once I got to talk to people, like, we already knew, because we know both of y'all. So when we was hearing about it, like, we already knew where you was coming from with this shit, but I still have it in me because you got me. No. So, I don't want nobody making it look like I'm this or I'm that. I'm still battling with that.
And listen, so that's why at that point, I don't really say nothing.
But I hear it all, and I just address it and put it back on me.
Yeah.
Accountability, like my part in it. Regardless of whatever it is, I still got a part in it.
Yeah.
And I work on that part specifically. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm trying to make myself better in all of these type of ways.
But do you think like disagreements with friends is necessarily a conflict? Like, it could just be a conversation.
It could be conversation.
Yeah.
It's not always a conflict. It's on how y'all address it though.
Yeah.
You know, and where it go from there.
And not everybody know how to do that.
Because sometimes it could come from a place of love, and sometimes it could come from a place of hate.
Yeah.
But but I think that the majority of it comes from, well,
that's not true.
I look at people for what they are, not for what I want them to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can recognize somebody's greatness, but I also recognize that bitch you ain't great.
But hold on. Are we so far that we can't make mistakes? Like, you can't see that this person could be in fault and have grace, because we be giving grace all the time. We are able to bounce back. We are able to do wrong, and we are able to do better. You see what I'm saying? So you just don't keep people there.
Yeah.
Don't keep people there.
And a friend wouldn't. Last summer I had a kind of friction with our friend because we became grown friends. So this was our first time going out, and this particular friend, she feel like we supposed to move as a flock. Me, I work in the club, so I move and shake. I'm trying to talk to the hookah person. You need some waitresses. But she took that as like, you want her, like, what if something happened? I'm like, nah, I know how to move in the club. It's good. So it was something, and it was a conversation that needed to be had, but neither one of us knew how to address it. And it really took us a whole year to kind of get around to finally be like, we should have been talked about this. Like, we were sitting here tiptoeing around the issue. We should have just talked about it. Like,
and that's something. Like, and it's big. Like, you really can't keep people there. We are allowed to make mistakes.
No,
but once you address the mistake and how you address the mistake, and
we are allowed to make a mistake. Yes, I do feel like that. I 100% agree. I feel like if the mistake is continuous, it's not a mistake anymore.
No, that's
an
true.
Intentional decision to operate like this around me.
Yeah, that's just how you move.
Hold on.
Boom.
If it's the same mistake, then it's not a mistake anymore.
Exactly.
But if it's different mistakes,
if it's the same style, you know how I move. You know, like, because, man, people be wanting to shape stuff, man. Like, listen, right is right and wrong is wrong.
And we
I mean, some people do become liabilities.
There is some gray areas, I do believe, right? Because, like you said, none of us are perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, myself included in that, right? But we ain't no dummies either, right? So however it come, if you know you made a mistake, regardless of whether the world is shining a light on it or your friends are shining a light on it, you know that you made that mistake. Why can't you just hold yourself accountable? You know what I'm saying? You know, like a step to a situation
because everybody has their own perspective, Rob. From their lens, they might not think they made a mistake. if you don't address it. So once you address it, and then their response to that mistake that you, from your perspective, that you're given, then you could go off of that.
Listen,
but you can't just not address it. You cannot just not address it and be like, oh, you know that this is what it is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But people have a very funny way of being able to recognize hate when it comes from other people, but not when they give it. And that is weird to me.
Deep. That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, like I can honestly say, I don't have a hate bone in my body. I like to see how people got. Like if we sitting in here in Vic Studios, I ain't hating that he got a studio. You know what I'm thinking?
How can I
Bitch, I need one too, man.
One. Yeah,
But then my conversation with Vic is like, yo, bro, tell me how you did it.
Now
it's simple to me.
Now this is where people mess up at.
Tell me.
Vic is not obligated to tell you.
He's not.
And
it don't even matter whether he's my friend or not.
Because he don't tell you, somebody gonna say, oh, Vic hating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not hate.
Right.
Vic worked hard to get this studio. Vic worked hard to get this studio. Hard, blood, sweat, and tears.
So you think, now I'm just looking for clarity right now. If Vic decides not to tell me for whatever reason,
that's not hate.
So what do you call it?
I just don't want to tell you. That's all it is. It don't have to be nothing else behind it.
It's more beneficial.
Why would you not want to tell me when you telling other people?
Now you saying that's different. That's different.
I mean, but you added to it.
You added to that.
No. I said that addition. I did add to it. So let me say that. I did add to it. But I'm saying that you cannot have business without telling people.
But even if I told a million other people,
then you're hating.
No.
Vic,
you want me to tell you why?
Vic,
you want me to tell you why?
Don't be no guy.
Because it's the people I wanted to tell.
No,
it's the people I wanted to tell. That's me. This is what I want to do.
No, I can respect that.
It don't mean that I don't like you, Rob, or I'm hating on you, Rob.
Listen, hold on. You missed what I said. I can respect it. But you're a fucking hater. like there's no getting around it. Like, because if you're willing to tell, because then you have to go through the reason of why you wouldn't tell me.
Because now I have to. You feel like I gotta explain to you.
No,
I told a million people, right? And you don't know the outcome.
I didn't say tell me what your financials are.
Hold on, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying me telling you whatever I want to tell you about how I got to where I got to. But listen,
if you can say like that, you wouldn't want to collide as competition.
We know.
I can respect that too.
No, I don't want to tell you because I feel like these experiences of me telling somebody or all the people I done told has gotten me to a place where I don't want to tell anybody no more. And now that you're asking
so
me,
you just
happen to be that first person I told no to.
Listen.
Why I can't be that?
Listen, no. Because at that point, you became a hardcore hater. It ain't even about me at this point.
These experiences before you changed my mind.
You're right. It's not about you. It's about him and how he felt like him telling these 30 people made him feel how it might turn out. Now I don't want to tell 31. David, I done told 30 and this shit ain't go right. I ain't telling 31.
Right.
I'll figure that shit out.
How they did me, I done coached them through. They ain't show me no love back, or they did me dirty on the back end. Now I don't want to work with anybody no more.
Listen to what you just said. Listen to everything that you just. Hold on. Pause right there. Listen to everything that you just said, and you tell me that ain't hate. Nigga, you built up hate in your body not to be able to have this conversation with nobody else because of the way that the other people did you. You said that. I didn't. I just listened to you, and that's what you said.
That's not hate. It's being mindful for me not to put myself in this situation again, whether it could go right or go left. So I just don't want to be in this situation.
I feel like hate would be if he was in the mindset like, nah, I ain't finna tell Rob this shit ain't about to be better than mine, and that's where he's coming from. The hate. I feel like
I just don't want to be in this situation.
The outcome of your hate is still the damn same.
No, see, that's where people misconstrue hate.
Yeah, because ain't nobody hating on you. I just don't want to goddamn deal with this shit.
I just don't want to deal with it. 31 times. And that's it.
But if he like, nah, I ain't gonna tell Rob because Rob.
It's personal.
Oh, y'all not listening to what y'all saying? Just like you said.
Listening to what
you just said. Right. You just said you don't want to get slapped in the face 31 times. Right?
Exactly.
Hold on.
That's for me.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on. I'm the 31. So that means means that based upon the relationship that you had with me, you considered me to be the 31 slap.
No. Whether
That's
it was
what you just said.
whether it was you coming in,
I'm only responding to what y'all saying. I hope y'all know that.
Listen. It ain't personal to you. 31 could be anybody else that walk in this room and ask me that same question.
Nigga, let me tell you why. Because I ain't anybody who walk in the building. And see, that's what's different. People got to recognize who they are and what their value is, right? Because no, I might not tell this 31 that walked through the building that he has no substance. If Trav walked through the building, nigga, he got substance. I'm not just discussing business. So let me give you this as an example. I don't discuss business with people who don't handle business.
But see, now you making it personal. We just threw out numbers, not attaching bodies to it.
I was attached to it.
No!
From the very beginning, I said me.
But I mean,
I said I would ask them. Didn't I say that, Vic?
That's true, but that's going into your personal relationship.
No, But everything is based on the perception of the person who's standing in front of you. Anywhere we go, right? They already sized you up, baby. They already sized you up. It don't even matter. Right? Anywhere you go, Trav, and you begin to talk, they already sized you up. Your son, they already sizing him up. They don't even know his age, they sized him up. Right?
I get what you're saying.
So as we begin to do that, right, we gotta start, like, man, you gotta know, like, man, this is the part.
I think we both right.
I do too. I agree with that. But this is the part that most people don't understand, right? And people will begin to take the way that I move and the way that I talk and the way that I walk as arrogant. Right? It's not arrogant. I just know who I am. I know what I'm worth. I know what I'm able to do. Most people don't, so they question themselves all the time.
And you're right about every response is not the same response for everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So because I said no to you, I might say yes to you. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody has in their mind.
But it's still not.
Nobody has in their mind that, okay, I'm not gonna say nobody has in their mind because I don't know what's in their mind, right? But if you begin to ask people anything, right, and they, and they get in their mind, I'm not gonna tell this person, right? It's kind of like when something happens in relationships, you be like, man, I ain't saying nothing about this. I'm gonna just let it ride, right? 15 people ask you what's wrong, you never tell them. The 16th person asks you, you told them.
You might tell them,
right? Because you respect that person. Mm-hmm. See, what comes out your mouth has a lot to do with the person on the receiving end.
And it's not just about respect. Sometimes it could be a place where I just want to tell. I just want to vent. And you could be the person that's filling that gap at the moment to where I could, I can relate to. So I wouldn't say it's all respect. It could be a little bit, but it's more, it could be some other things too.
So that's why, that was another reason why I literally like to have these conversations in this podcast, is because we have to be able to move, we have to be able to operate, we have to be able to engage in respect at all times, whether I know you or don't know you.
No, that's a fact.
I'm going to respect you. That don't mean that I got to be a puppet to whatever you're saying to me, but I got respect for you, right? Because see, when I engage in these conversations, let me say, this is for the people out there in the world, right? Do your research on people. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go around and tell everybody that you're doing your research, but do your research. When that person starts talking, right? You ain't even got to say nothing. I done did my research. I be sitting back just listening, figuring out what's going on, sizing up the situation, because you sizing me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see me with my jewelry on, you sizing me up already. You know what I'm saying? So you got to size up a situation and realize who's what and what we can do, not like a user.
But people change every day, so know a little bit about them, but don't hold them to that.
Exactly.
You can't hold anybody. I ain't saying you can't, but too many people hold people to stuff they did way years ago, or even last week.
But I gotta start a table. I gotta start a table.
Yes.
You know
Understand.
Like when I'm building a relationship with somebody, I have to start a base foundation knowledge of a foundation on what goes on between us, right? And with that foundation, I might not hold you accountable for everything you did, but if I see a repeated action, like, oh, you stole from every friend that you ever had.
No, that's a fact.
Nigga, you think I'm about to let you steal from me too? That sounds absolutely absurd. So that's my base. So if you lie to every friend, you think you about to lie to me too?
They not gonna lie to Rob because they know who Rob is.
No.
Exactly. It still applies.
No.
It still applies.
No.
Everybody don't do everybody the same.
Over on me,
everybody
but they might not lie.
Everybody don't treat people the same.
They might not lie to me. They might not lie, Nick. I'm just telling you out here in the world, they might not lie. So look, I love having these talks with y'all. I love having these conversations, but it all must end. I'm 100% appreciative of y'all, Nick, Trav, Vic. I mean, what we have and what we trying to do and just discuss these relationships, I think is going to be dope, and I think it's actually going to go places. It's slow motion right now, but by the time we finish, just remember what I told you. We going to get it there. And for the people that's out there, yes, we are looking for sponsors. You know, like if you got a clothing line, we'll wear it, even if it's just for clothes, Nick will wear it. You know, just for girls' clothes, Nick will wear it. If it's just for guys, Trav will wear it, or I'll wear it, or whatever. If you got a hat company, we'll wear them. You know, like, now we're just not wearing anything now. Let's just be clear, man. It got to be kind of fresh. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely
typically
put
anything together, you know? So send it to me. I'll put it together.
I mean, so we are definitely trying to do something different as far as with all due respect. So thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Love to everybody.
Peace.
Tell them peace, nigga. You ain't gonna say peace.